Hey, it's Josie, and I'm back with another Ascension video. This one is very, very important above everything else in this whole playlist, okay? It is about the fact that you might wake up before your family and friends, or you might be going through an ascension and nobody knows that that's what's going on with you because they are not on the same path, okay? This one makes me have to breathe. Some of you who are married, have children, this is particularly tough because you are going to go through some changes. Your belief system is going to change. You're going to have a different perception. But that doesn't mean that just by you telling your husband, your wife, your kids about these things, that they're just going to hop on board and support you. A lot of times you will no longer be compatible with your family. Okay? Unless you and your husband or wife are, evolving in similar ways. It doesn't even have to be exactly the same, okay? Then you'll have that support even though the energy looks a little different, okay? But for a lot of us, we didn't get that luxury. A lot of us became alien to our families and friends. A lot of us, with all of this talk about ascension and angels and God and everything and breaking free from religion, all of that stuff, they're looking at you like, first of all, this has got to be a joke, right? This is temporary. This is a phase. It'll go away. Nah, that's not the case. So it is normal to end up getting divorced or breaking up or having a period of separation, not just from your own nuclear family, but from a lot of family members, okay? This is that part in that beautiful book called the Bible, right? Because everything is relevant, no matter how many misconceptions or misperceptions people may have about these texts, these teachings. Everything around you is here for you to learn and gather information from. So it says, you can't take anybody with you. I promised you, I had a completely different understanding of that term before Ascension. Because once I started on my path, I realized what it meant. It didn't mean we were going to just disappear into the sky and be raptured and whoever wasn't chosen is just going to stay here. It wasn't in that sense that it was meant you can't take anybody with you. Okay? No. Because that would be too easy. No, this is what I understand now about the term you cannot take anyone with you. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your kids. It's a personal path, okay? This means that you might have to get divorced. This means that you might have to spend some time alone, away from your family, away from your kids. Because you're going to go through periods of time where it just seems like you're losing your damn mind. And you won't understand why everybody else seems to just keep on going with the status quo. You're basically freaking out. That's normal. You may need a lot of help during that time, okay? And you may not be able to handle your day-to-day things that you used to do because you no longer even believe in operating that way. You see what I mean? You may go from, eating meat to being vegan, and the rest of your family still eats meat, and you can't stand the smell of eggs in the morning, and you're like, how is this supposed to work? Right? These shifts are real, and they're big, and they're profound. So that term, you can't take nobody with you, That is a whole other level of letting go, because you're right there sitting next to them. You're right there, going through life with these people that you've got to walk away from. Now, here's the silver lining. Even though you may need to separate from some people because you don't even speak the same language or live in the same reality anymore, hold that love. This is where grace comes in. Allow them to keep their beliefs. Allow them to do whatever they're doing, but over there, while you over here figuring yourself out. Don't be resentful toward them. Don't be mad or whatever. Understand you are the one that's going through changes, and they're the ones that can't keep up because they're not on the path that you are on. Okay? Work your stuff out and love them from afar. Don't be resentful. Don't be a butthead. Don't be, because you're actually moving away from conditional love. So allow them to be whatever it is that you perceive that they are. Okay, because remember, everybody has different ways of ascending, different levels of ascension. Nobody's better than the other one, higher, smarter, whatever. They're on a whole nother path than you. You don't know what they know. You don't know when they're going to pop, when they're going to actually wake up and start to say these things. Sometimes somebody can be woke and they can be so scared to share and actually live in their truth, okay? You can't force that. So, go on your way. Go on your own way, no matter how hard it is. If you can't take care of your kids no more, let your family take care of your kids. You see what I mean? Surrender. There's going to be a lot of surrender in here. Okay, ask for the help you need. Get into counseling if you need counseling. Most likely, you're not going to want traditional counseling. Find you a parapsychologist. Find you some spiritual gurus. Find you some healers and create your tribe. Your soul fam will already be, you're already going to be attracting it. Don't keep holding on to something that no longer makes sense or feels good to you. Okay? Again, there are some lucky people that get to stay with their families and y'all all eventually evolve together. But that's not a huge number per the reality of the situation, okay? So isolation is a big part of this process. You will feel alone so that you can realize that you're never alone, okay? And just to stay on subject, we're talking about people who might want to try and wake their partners up, wake their kids up, and force their beliefs on other people when they wake up to their truth. Your truth is your truth. Everybody else's truth belongs to them. And that's one very important thing that you need to get. Everybody is right. Let me say that again. I'll be wanting to choke people sometimes. Everybody is right. Because you don't have their eyes and they don't have your eyes. Your perception is not their perception. It's great when we have a group of people or others who share the same perception with us, but that is not standard issue. Otherwise, it would be boring on this planet. Okay? Everybody is right. And I need you to tap into your higher self when I say this, because the first thing that you're going to be like, well, are the murderers right? Are the KKK right? All of these negative energies, are they right? The answer is yes. Their actions may not be moral or right or good or whatever you want to call it. But in their mind, they believe, belief is a very powerful thing, that they are right and this is the way things should be. They're literally fighting for a cause, just like the next person is fighting for a positive cause. You see what I mean? That person that thinks that they need to kill 1 million people for the world to be a safer place is still similar to that person that feels like you should not kill animals. Both of their common goals are to make something better or make something safer. Do you see what I mean? But one's doing it from a shadow aspect, thinking that that's the solution. Let's just kill a whole bunch of folks, right? And one's doing it from preservation of life. You see that balance of light and dark in extremes. You see, one wants to preserve life to make the world a better place. One wants to, kill everybody to make a world a better place. There's that common denominator that a lot of people miss. It doesn't make any of the actions okay. It doesn't make anything less horrible. No, but once you get that part, then you will realize why I say everybody is right. Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Take the high road, right? Not because, again, oh my God, I be having to break some stuff down to people. When somebody tell you to take the high road, or whenever you feel like you're taking the high road, that does not make you better than the person that's acting a fool at that time. Okay? It doesn't. It doesn't make you better at all. Because at some point, you're going to be a person that's acting a fool, and somebody's going to have to take the high road with you. Okay? I'm just saying. Anyway, you can't take nobody with you. You will think you're going absolutely nuts. They will think you're going absolutely nuts. The whole purpose is to bring you closer to source energy on a personal level, and to understand more about yourself on a spiritual level. That's the whole purpose of this. And so you can step into your life purpose, whatever it may be, right? Here's another silver lining. If you go with grace and you love your family members from afar, and you are brave enough to step into your purpose and actually express all of this energy, this new energy that you're discovering, if you're brave enough and courageous enough to step out and be your authentic self, the self that you just discovered that you were, and you do it no matter what anybody else thinks, no matter what your mom, brother, sister, cousins, kids, husbands think, when you do that, there's going to be this period of time where you feel like you're alone and you're the black sheep and you're just this alienated person, and you may have moments where you're like, damn, did I make the right decision to step out and take this journey, or step out on faith and all this and that. You're going to be like, what did I get myself into? Just like we do in basic training. We get there and there's a certain point of basic training in the military where you're like, damn, what did I sign up for? Because you have an idea, and then there's the reality, right? So if you allow them to continue to have their beliefs, and you love on them and you simply just respond to them, but you keep healthy boundaries, right? Magic happens. Some of them will crucify you or will shun you. This is that what would Jesus do moment. Whether you believe in Jesus or not, that energy is real to me. The whole character and the image of it is not real to me. Okay, just so y'all know. But this is one of those, what would Jesus do? Or what would an ascended master do? Buddha, Krishna. What would these energies do in a situation where someone is telling them all of this negative stuff because of their beliefs and all this? And what would they do? You know what I mean? Are they going to start pointing fingers back? Are they going to debate? No, of course not. They're going to go with love. I understand how you feel. There's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? You got your feelings. That's good. I understand how you feel. Because you do. Because you used to believe those same beliefs. So you do understand how they feel. But I'm going to stay over here. I'm good with my stuff, and you good. We good. I'm going to love you anyway. You know what I mean? Do that. Love them from afar. Have your healthy boundaries. And here's the magic part about it. Not everybody is going to come back around, but a lot of them will. So that thing that you were talking about, maybe you started wearing crystals. Maybe you started saging your home. Maybe you got into astrology and nobody understood any of that. 2-3 years later, somebody is going to message you that you haven't talked to in forever. And they're going to say, what does this crystal mean? In that moment, what are you going to do? Are you going to cuss them out? Are you going to block them? Are you going to just go left because they shunned you 3 years prior? Or are you going to have grace? And are you going to teach them what that crystal means? Are you going to see the other side? Are you going to be able to realize, oh, well, welcome home. Welcome. You're here now. You've arrived. Let me help you because that is what I'm here to do. And that's why I went first. That is why you go before certain people that are in your family or that you know. You go first so that when they pop, you can help them. You're their guide. If you can see it that way, everything will be all right. It's a process. Sometimes it takes a while for you to stop feeling salty about people acting crazy because you went crazy. Basically. I love grace. I love the idea, the energy of grace. Because you have a choice through all of this. No matter where you are on your path, you have a choice of whether you want to, in that moment, when that person that persecuted you, in that moment when they come to you and they ask you to do their birth chart or to, help them find a crystal store, you can say yes or no. And if it's still hurting you so bad, instead of you helping them, why don't you refer them to somebody that can help them at least? At least, if you really can't get involved because you all up in your feelings still, at least refer them, because by then you will have had plenty of friends that do all kinds of stuff. You can refer them to somebody else if you really don't, quote unquote, mess with them anymore, right? Everything is multifaceted. Don't try to make your family members or your friends or anybody else around you that you meet believe in your beliefs. Let them have their own beliefs. Beliefs are a powerful thing. And they make people do powerful things. Okay? Whether it be good or bad. You'll find along your ascension path that whole duality of good, bad, up, down, left, right, right, wrong, that's gonna start to dissolve. You are not going to see things the same way anymore. You're going to start to realize that shit happens. That's really profound. That's a profound ass bumper sticker. Stuff just happens. Energy just moves and changes. And that is what you can rely on. Energy moves and changes. It don't just stop and stand still at any point. No, it just moves and changes. And that's all everything is doing around you, within you, outside of you. Everything's just moving and changing. When you say something is right or you say something is wrong, it's you trying to stop energy from happening. And that's never good, because what I tell y'all in the other video is like you're trying to create a dam. It's going to bust. It's going to get worse. So don't even do that. This is what they mean by being a flow. Understanding that there is a flow to begin with, right? Don't try to wake up your partners and your friends. The best way, if that is your true desire, to wake up somebody. It's to live in your authenticity, be who you are, continue on your path, because your example is all you need. And as far as the Ascended Masters, that's what they did. You know what I mean? They didn't go seeking people out talking about, hey, you need to believe this. No. People came to them because of what they were already doing. They were doing them, and people came to them because they heard about them, because they saw what they were doing, and that word of mouth just spread, and they were like, yeah, you know, I heard that you be healing people. You know, like, that's what you gotta be. You're stepping into your divinity. Don't go out there looking for people to transform. You got plenty of work to do. There's more than one 5th grade teacher. There's more than one doctor. We don't do competition. You have plenty of work to do. So don't think, oh, well, if I learn how to be a healer, how am I supposed to, like, get people to heal? You don't even have to worry about that. You probably been getting people this whole time before you even stepped into your purpose. You're going to see that too. You're going to realize that something you've been doing your whole life was your gift. And it's going to make sense why people kept coming to you, telling you all their business. You're like, oh. Anyway, I thought that was important. Please share, like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. My name is Josie, if I didn't tell you in the beginning, and have a beautiful day.